Hey everybody, Laura Lee here with Artistically Mused and my little mascot. He's here to say hello as well. We are live officially right now. I'm just going to take a quick second here and I'm going to get myself all set up so I can see everybody. 1 second. Okay. Hope everybody's having a wonderful evening. We'll wait a few minutes. I know there's quite a few that are either popping on now or popping on later. I actually have a big list of questions that people actually have emailed me and messaged me with because they weren't available for the live video. So I'll be answering those as well. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. Excuse me, I got cat hair in my nose. I know I had a wonderful weekend. We did a little camping, enjoying some time at the cottage. Just a reminder, there is a little bit of a time delay. So when you pop on, say hello, let me know where you're from. There is a bit of a time delay, so if I don't answer your question right away, it's just because I haven't seen it yet, okay? I'm going to set up my other computer here so I can see what's going on. There we go. Now I can see everything. So tonight is just a little bit about chit-chatting with me. I do quite a few creativity and coffee talks with people. I've actually done one with Zena. I've done one with a friend of mine down south who owns an art supply store and gallery. And I've also done one with a friend of mine, Jaden, who has her own cupcake and cookie and bakery company as well. And I thought, you know, I get quite a few people messaging me, asking me questions, wondering, you know, when I'm going to come on and chit chat. So I've kind of set this up. I know there's quite a few people that couldn't make it tonight, but that's okay. I have their questions and they can come back and watch this video later. For those of you out there who have not met me yet, I am Laura Lee. I am Mama Muse. I am the owner of Artistically Mused. And I am a creativity coach. I am a certified visual arts teacher. I'm actually certified to teach visual arts all the way up to university. So I'm not just an artist kind of teaching everybody what I know. I'm actually also a teacher. So I do quite a few private Zoom parties, Zoom paint events and workshops for homeschoolers, actually. So I have people messaging me, asking me about doing projects for the kids that they're doing homeschool with. And they just let me know what the age of the kids are, and I can actually gear any kind of workshop or creativity events to the curriculum. So that's really cool as well, especially with COVID going on right now. I know a lot of people are considering keeping their kids at home. So if you're looking for any kind of creativity or art lessons or anything like that, you can send me a message and we can set something up and I can help you kind of create lesson plans and a curriculum for that. I am the owner of artisticallymused.com. I actually started the website to help people kind of help integrate creativity into their lives. We do paint events and paint workshops, but we are not just another paint party company. We do creativity coaching. We have some mini courses. I have a lot of wonderful, crazy events coming up that are going to be really cool to kind of teach you guys a little bit about everything. Excuse me. At my TARDIS cup, my famous TARDIS cup. And I wanted to pop on and just kind of chit chat with you guys. So if you have any questions that you haven't already emailed me, just type them up and I will get to them, I promise, as soon as possible. I am thinking that we'll do a few questions and then I will take you guys on a little bit of a kind of in behind the scenes tour of, how I put things together, kind of what my studio space looks like. It's actually still in the works. There's still quite a bit I have to do down here. For those of you that know me personally, we had a flood a year ago or so, and we decided to move our bedroom upstairs, and I am in the process of converting my entire basement into my studio space. So I will take you on a little kind of an in behind the camera tour of that in a few minutes. But I figured I'd answer a few questions that have been emailed into me first, and then we'll do a little tour, and then we'll come back. So Susan wants to know how I do my own work. So I am, for the most part, an abstract expressionist. I can do portraits, I can do realistic photo-like paintings, but I kind of like the abstract. You can actually see a couple of my paintings in behind here. I would say my favorite artist is probably Jackson Pollock. I love the abstract, anything abstract. It's just amazing. So how do I do my work? I predominantly work in acrylic. I have a certain process that I follow. I like the abstract. I like kind of letting the paint do what it wants to do, and then I'll kind of just manipulate it with a paintbrush. So something like this right here, pull this down so you can see it without knocking everything over. This one here, I actually will pool the paint on the surface, and then I will actually use a brush and I'll manipulate the paint so you can see. That's kind of one of my abstract pieces. So that's kind of how I do what I do. Jack wants to say hi. So there's Jack, our little mascot. He wanted to say hi, and I promised everybody that he might be on tonight. So, my little buddy. He keeps me company in my studio. So, yeah, that's kind of how I work with that. In regards to my paint events and the paintings that I do, I actually work a lot with sketching. I actually don't have a sketchbook with me tonight, which is really weird. But you can kind of see that was kind of the beginnings of the sketch for the dragonfly painting I did. I make a lot of notes. I have a bunch of different size sketchbooks that I kind of keep with me at all times. And I will brainstorm and kind of come up with different designs. So that's kind of how I work with that. Let's see here. What do I dislike about being an artist? That's a really interesting question. I would say the thing that I dislike the most about being an artist is not having enough time. I would love to just, sit down here and just paint and create all day long, but unfortunately, there are other things that I need to do as a mom, as a wife, and there's other responsibilities that I have. But I would say that's probably what I dislike the most about being an artist, is not having enough time to create and kind of continue working on something. I know sometimes, Jason will laugh at me, my husband, and I'll be downstairs working on something, and he will, come down and ask me if I'm coming up for dinner or, anything like that. And I don't realize that I've been down here working for like hours at a time, which is kind of, I just like not having enough time. I definitely don't have enough time. Carrie wants to know what my dream project is. Honestly, I would say my dream project would be writing a book. I'm always kind of working on notes for it, but I have kind of the rough outline of a book on integrating creativity into your life. So it's kind of a semi-autobiography, kind of a daily to-do instructional and kind of inspirational all rolled into one. So that is something that I would like to do as a dream project. It's something that I'm always kind of working towards. Yeah, so that would be probably my dream project. Let's see here. Professionally, what is my goal as an art instructor or art teacher? So I would say my goal, it's kind of part of my value of Artistically Mused and kind of my mission statement for Artistically Mused. My goal is to help as many people as I can integrate creativity into their lives and enjoy and reap the benefits of creativity. So that would probably be my biggest professional goal, is to help people, whether they're brand new to art, whether they've never picked up a paintbrush or a pen or a pencil before, or they could be a seasoned artist that are just looking for different inspiration and kind of help getting over some of those roadblocks that they hit. Everybody has a time where they get a little frustrated and need a little inspirational guidance. So that would probably be the biggest thing. Yeah, so that would kind of be my goal, of helping people integrate creativity into their lives. I have another question here. Let's see here. What is the most memorable response that I've had to my artwork or to my my company? I would say the most memorable response, I actually taught a group workshop, excuse me, a while back. And I had this one woman come in, and she kind of asked if she could speak to me aside privately. And she said, I'm just letting you know that I'm just here. My friend has been bugging me to come to one of your workshops for a very long time. Excuse me. And I just wanted to let you know that I'm just here to support her. I'm not an artist. I've tried a couple times. I absolutely hate the outcome that I've had. And I'm just here to kind of do this with her because I promised her I would. So don't be offended when I throw my canvas out at the end. So I told her, I said, I understand there's different methods of teaching. And, sometimes you just need to find the right instructor or the right teacher to inspire you and help you inspire yourself. So I told her, just trust me. So she kind of sloughed it off a little bit and said, yeah, whatever, I'm just going to throw it out when I'm done. And she did the workshop with us, and she, at the end, came up to me. She was like giddy as a schoolgirl. She was so excited. She was, showing me her canvas and her painting, and she was so proud of it. And she just kind of thanked me for being, one of the best teachers she's ever had. And she told me that she actually was inspired to do more. And she has actually come to, I'd say, about at least 60% of my events, time willing. So that would probably be the best thing that's happened, the most memorable. That really meant a lot to me. And yeah, so that was the answer to that one. If anybody else has any questions for the live video, I know a lot of people are going to be watching this video later, but if you have any questions, just type them in and I will answer them for you. Anything about Artistically Mused, anything about art itself, about supplies, about anything related, just type in that question and I will get to it for sure. So I have somebody else. Let's see here. Let's see. I have like a whole list of questions that people emailed me. So, what is your background? Okay, so my background, I have done art since I was a kid. Um, I have a bachelor's degree in fine arts and English. I am my thesis short of my master's, and I am a Ontario certified teacher as well. So I am certified to teach from kindergarten all the way up to university, and that is kind of my background. I do have a business background. I started off in the restaurant industry way back when, and I've kind of dabbled in it a little bit here and there. I've done some promotional work, some creativity work, some advertising, stuff like that. I do have a pretty extensive business background as well, so I kind of, when I say Artistically Mused is my baby, it's my baby from, live videos to creating the paintings to teaching. I do all of the web design, kind of a jack of all trades. So that's kind of my background. So yeah, I'm a busy girl. I'm very fortunate to be blessed with. I know a lot of people have heard, right brain versus left brain. Right brain is a little bit more creative. Left brain is a little more logical and analytical. And I'm pretty blessed to be, I kind of have both. So depending on the day, I can be sitting working on the books and numbers, or I can be creating. So I'm kind of lucky that way. Yeah, so that's the answer to that question. I hope I answered that. Susan wants to know, actually, this is a supply one. So Susan wants to know, what is the best paint to start out with? Okay, so I'm assuming that she means what type of paint is the best to start out with. I would say that acrylic is probably, if you're looking at dabbling in painting, I'd say acrylic is probably the best one to start out with. It's very versatile. It dries fairly quickly. You can thin it out with either a little bit of water, or I actually recommend using like a medium. So there are different kind of mediums that you can get. This is matte medium. So what this does is it helps kind of extend your paint a little bit, and it kind of it thins out the thickness of it. So it becomes, rather than a flat paint, it becomes a little bit more opaque. You can see through it a little bit. So that's really good for layering. Acrylic is very forgiving to start off with as well. So if you make a mistake or there's something that you don't like, you can let it dry, and then you can come back in and you can kind of go over what you did, or alter what you did a little bit. Whereas like a paint like oil paint, it takes a very, very long time to dry. So I would say acrylic is probably the best to start off with if you're starting to dabble in painting. I will actually have, going towards the fall a little bit more, I'll actually have a series of smaller video workshops on the different kinds of mediums. So we'll touch a little bit on gouache paint. We'll touch a little bit on watercolor, oils, the different kinds of inks that you can use. There's a lot of different mediums that you can use to create. So I'll be doing a series of workshops on that as well. So I'll do one more question, and then we'll have a quick little tour. Just kind of, you have to forgive me because everything is not finished. So as is my mind, my studio is a little disheveled. But you'll kind of get an idea of kind of what I do and how I set things up. Usually what you guys see is this video right here, right? Excuse me. So I will give you guys a little tour. So I will answer one more question. Let's see here. What do I want to answer? Is your artistic life lonely? Is my artistic life lonely? That's an interesting question. Being an artist can be lonely. It depends on how you create. So I spend a lot of time kind of in my own head and, down in the studio working by myself. I have a few friends, Sandy, my little assistant who's out there. She actually helps me with a lot of workshops that I do out in the public. But for the most part, I'm kind of a mixture of an introvert and an extrovert. I can kind of switch back and forth the different faces. So, you can drop me in the middle of nowhere with a bunch of people and I will know everybody within half an hour. I'm very outgoing. But at the same time, I'm also an introvert. So I can spend a lot of time by myself, painting and creating, and it doesn't really bother me. So I wouldn't say it gets lonely. I actually have this extra outlet of you guys out there, which is really cool too, because I can talk to you guys and I can kind of share what's in my head. I can, when I'm working on a painting, when I'm walking you guys through a painting, it's kind of a big social thing as well. So, no, it's not really lonely. It can be lonely. Some artists will tell you that it's lonely. For me, no, I don't think it's lonely at all. I kind of relish the me time as much as I relish spending time with other people. So I am going to just do a quick little studio tour for you guys. So I apologize. I have a little sip first out of my TARDIS. I apologize. The camera's going to jostle a little bit because I have it on a stand right now. So I'm going to take it off the stand. So I apologize if things get a little jiggly here. I'm just going to unplug it and I'm going to pop it off. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you guys on a quick little tour. So we'll start off with actually where I'm sitting right now. So I'm just fixing my computers. So I'm going to turn it around here and you guys can see a little bit. So you can see and I apologize it's bright because I have my lights for the camera. This is actually the stand that I just used right now when I was talking to you guys. I actually have two other webcams. So I've got my laptop, I've got my iMac, and I have one camera here that I use for doing the front-facing videos when I'm doing my paint party videos. And then if you can see, it's kind of a little contraption here. I have another video camera right here. So this is the video camera that I use, and you'll recognize this point of view. So this is the video camera angle that I use when I'm doing the overhead videos. So I kind of have like a mixture of the different videos, depending on what I want to do. Whether I want to do a video like this talking to you, whether I want to do a forward-facing paint party video, or whether I'm doing an overhead tutorial or a mini course. It depends on which camera I use. I'm going to get up here, and I'm going to take you for a little walk. So this is the area. You can see right there, that is the area that I sit at and I do all my videos. So I have a nice comfy chair. Jack, my cat is walking around my feet. He wants to be in the video too. So this is kind of a little contraption that I made. I looked at different overhead camera holders and they are very expensive. I wasn't spending $500 on something to hold a camera over my head. So my husband and I kind of came up with this contraption that we created. I've got this movable arm here that allows me to move the stand around. So that's really cool. I'm going to actually switch the camera view now so I can take you for a walk kind of through the rest of the thing. And then we'll come back, okay? Hold on. There we go. Okay. So this, like I said, oh, there's Jack. He's sitting on the chair. He's getting ready to do a paint party video. Say hi, Jack. So this is the wall that I kind of have some of the paintings and my background when I'm doing a paint party. This is, and you can see I'm not done painting everything yet. So all this shelving, my husband helped me create. You can see there's kind of all my deco art bottles. There's some of my brushes. And then over there is kind of the some of the tube paints that I use. This is where I sit to do everything, and you can actually see the live video. It has a little bit of a delay on it. This is where I sit. And if you're looking at the overall view of everything, this is kind of what it looks like here. So this is my little cubby hole that I kind of work in. Excuse me. This is my brainstorming wall. So anything that I work on for the website, anything like that, I'll actually use that wall to kind of write everything down. So I keep everything in out of my head so it doesn't get too busy. And as you can see, we're not quite done the construction down here. So, and this is my own personal studio space. So as you can see, I have lots of supplies. I could probably open my own store. These are some of my bulk size paints. These are little containers that I actually got from the dollar store, which are really cool to help me kind of divide up all my odds and ends and supplies. This is actually a painting that I'm working on. These are just kind of like just the regular plastic drawers, and I use those for kind of odds and ends. You know, paint, papers, stuff like that. I've actually got a whole drawer full of brand new paintbrushes. I have some paintbrushes here. This is kind of just a couple of tables that I use to organize stuff. And these are all my filing cabinets where I have all my paintings filed away. That particular closet with the shelves are kind of all paper, watercolor paper, stuff like that. And this is kind of where I hold all my stretchers and my paint party canvases and stuff like that. This is a easel that I designed, that I use to work on my bigger pieces, which is really cool. There's a shelf on the floor that you can see there, and it actually goes here. So if I'm working on a bigger piece, I can actually put it there. Or if I'm working on two really jumbo pieces, it just kind of allows me to work on bigger pieces, which is kind of cool. So you can see everything in here is kind of, you know, kind of still in the construction phases. The drywall hasn't been painted yet. But this is kind of my own personal studio space. I'm going to be doing a lot of videos out of here. I'm going to switch around now so you can see me again. There you go. So that is my personal studio space back here. And then this is, again, back down where I sit to do the paint party videos. As you can see, I have a, whoops, there we go. As you can see, I have a paintbrush obsession. They're all over the place. But that is kind of a quick little tour of my studio space. So I'm just going to reconnect here so I can go hands-free again. There we go. And I'm putting you back on that stand that I showed you guys. There. So now I can be hands-free again. So that was just a quick little tour. Again, I apologize. Everything is kind of still in the construction phases right now. I wanted to give you, oops, there. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a behind the scenes, kind of where I work and how I work. I've got, 2 or 3 cameras, depending on what I'm doing. And I've got a couple of different computers that I use depending on what I'm doing. Whether it's shooting an overhead video, whether it's shooting a face-on personal video, or paint party video, or I actually will use my phone when I'm doing videos like this too. So that is just a little bit of, I'm just looking around to see if there's anything I've forgotten to show you guys. I didn't show you a lot of, oh, actually I forgot to show you my books, but I have, and I'll just swing it around so you can see. If you look over there, whoops, sorry guys. If you look over there, you'll see a bookcase. There's actually 2 bookcases that size. And those are all of my art books. So I collect art books as well, whether it be coffee table books. I am a big book collector when it comes to visual arts. I love having lots of reference material to look at. If I'm looking at a particular kind of art, whether it be, Picasso or, let's see here, Georgia O'Keeffe. So many different artists out there that you can be inspired by. So I will kind of leaf through those to come up with ideas too. Let's see here. Well, you know what? Let's answer a couple more questions. So I'll look at my list here. How has your art changed over time? Oh my goodness. That depends on how long you're talking about. When I was young, a little spring chicken, I predominantly liked to... Oh, Jack's in a box here. He wants to say hi again. Say hi to everybody, Jack. He likes the attention. So, I started off like everybody does, copying, pictures, whether it be, I know a lot of kids do anime, stuff like that. Over time, it's so hard to explain. I originally started off doing portraits and with charcoal or pencil. I love doing faces. But it's, I don't want to say, how do you say this? I don't want to say it's easy to copy a face or it's easy to replicate a face. I enjoy the challenge of the abstract. Whether it's a partial abstract, whether it's completely abstract. My art is always evolving. Art is always evolving, like you're always dabbling in different things. That's the one good thing about, participating in paint nights, participating in workshops, is there's no failure when it comes to art. It's more learning. So if you do something and it doesn't work out, it's not necessarily a failure. It's just learning what you like and learning how different things give different effects. So I would say my art has evolved. I've just learned more. I have become very, very, I would say skilled, but very skilled at color replication. So over the years of trial and error and playing and experimenting, I can actually pretty much match any color. So if somebody said, okay, I want you to match the blue of that TARDIS cup, I can mix that probably in about 2 seconds because I've experimented with color. I understand the principles of color, and that is something that I've developed over time. I'm actually going to be doing a workshop on that as well, so stay tuned for that. Once you understand color and understand how to create colors, you'll find that your paintings will just completely take on a whole new life. So yeah, I don't know if I answered that quite completely, but that's kind of how I've developed over time. You never stop developing as an artist. You never stop. There's always things changing, always things you're interested in, always things that you're exploring. So, it never stops developing. Yeah, so that would be that question. Let's do a couple more. Let's see here. If you had a superpower, what would it be? That's a weird question. Megan wants to know if I had a superpower, what would it be? Let's see. If I had a superpower, what would it be? It would be maybe being able to... I don't know. That's a really strange question. Do you want to know just in general or in regards to... I'm assuming it has to do with art. In general, my superpower would be probably the ability to clone myself. I know that sounds really strange, but at any given time, especially with Artistically Mused now, at any given time, I've got about 20 things to work on, whether it be a new painting, whether it be working on the website, whether it be working on my own personal art, event planning, stuff like that. So I would say probably being able to clone myself when I need to, because that extra assistance with getting stuff done quicker without having to explain everything would be really great. So I guess that would be a combination. Who doesn't want to be able to have a clone of themselves at one point or another, right? Let's see here. What else do we have? What are 3 of your favorite artists? Okay. So everybody who knows me knows my number 1 favorite artist is Jackson Pollock. I'll give you a little side story here. I had gone down to Toronto to AGO, and the Jackson Pollock exhibition was there. If anybody has been to a gallery, you know that they're usually pretty stringent on the rules about, going too close to a painting, and completely understandable. You don't want 10 million people touching paintings because, they can get damaged. And these are works of art that can't be replicated. The artists are long gone, and they're, quite famous paintings that they don't want people touching. However, I'm a bad girl. Jackson Pollock being my favorite artist of all time, I literally snuck around the gallery and very gently just boop touched each painting. I know, I'm bad. Just to say I touched it. My husband thought I was going to get kicked out. I had to be very stealthy about it. I made sure my hands were clean. It wasn't like I was rubbing the paintings by any means, but just to say that I touched every Jackson Pollock painting. That was kind of crazy. But I actually went to Chicago a few years ago. Another one of my favorite artists. I'm not sure if you've heard of him. I'm actually going to be doing a series of workshops just talking about artists, and I'm looking forward to sharing that with you as well, because a little sidebar, learning about different artists and, looking at some of their work and how they worked, by informing yourself and learning more about different artists, it helps you kind of hone in on what you like. And once you understand what you like and why you like it, it becomes a little more easier to find your own voice as an artist. I would say my second favorite artist, I went to Chicago, and I was really excited to go to the gallery there because they have quite a few Seurat paintings. And I'm not sure if anybody out there knows who Seurat is. He was an artist famous for really bringing what you call pointillism to the forefront. So pointillism is creating a picture with dots or dabs of paint. And pointillism was very important because it not only helped kind of deconstruct an image, but it was really important in exploring the visual aspects of art. So if you think of, going forward many years forward, digital art. Digital art is basically made up of pixels, which are little dots of color. And, going way back back 150 years ago, 150 years ago, artists like Seurat were already exploring that, which is kind of really neat. That was kind of like the precursor to digital art, which was dabs of paint. So they have a couple of his larger works there. And I remember walking around the corner, and I tried my hardest not to see this one painting until the very, very end. And I accidentally walked around the corner and saw the painting. And I know it sounds crazy, but I just felt like this emotion go over me. And I actually got teary-eyed. My husband was kind of like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like all teary-eyed going, "Oh my God, that's the painting. Oh my God." It just like completely moved me. So I'll be looking at that later on. The artist Surratt will be one of the artists that I'm going to look at and share with you guys. But look him up, Surratt. He's a very, very interesting painter. And I would say number 3, it's a toss-up. I love Van Gogh, but I would say number 3 would probably be, hi Jack, would probably be Picasso. And Picasso was kind of that in-between. He's very important as an artist historically because he really started to explore deconstruction of the image, which obviously paved the way for artists, abstract artists. So I would say those would probably be my 3 top artists. So Surratt, Picasso, and obviously Pollock would be my favorite artist. I'm trying to think of anything else. Can anybody, if anybody else is watching live, if you can think of a question, please type it. I'll do a couple more questions, and then I'll let you guys go for the evening. Let's see here. What work do you most enjoy doing? I probably, number 1 would probably just, my abstract art. I loved abstract. One of the biggest projects that I actually did when I discovered collage, because it allowed me to combine the abstract with layering of different materials. And in my Creativity Booster course, we explored collage a little bit as well. And I did a painting, actually it's like a combination of a painting and a collage of my daughter. So I took my knowledge of abstract and my knowledge of deconstructing images, and I actually used pieces of magazine, and I tore up the pieces of magazine and used the different colors to actually create my daughter's face, which is really cool. I should actually grab that. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go grab that for you right now because I want to show you what it looks like. Give me 1 second. So, just because I want to show you guys this is really cool. So this is the collage that I did. I don't know if you can see that. So it is, if you look really close up, it's just pieces of magazine. And then I've come in with pastel and paint, and I've just kind of created this really cool abstract. So that's really cool. My other favorite that I've explored quite a bit, and I'm actually going to be doing some workshops with you guys. There's so much new stuff coming up with Artistically Mused, is printmaking. So I did a series of lino cut prints that were my daughter as well. So I made the original image, and then I did layers to it with the lino cut. So this was, it's kind of neat. That's of my daughter as well. That is actually lino cut printed. So I printed on the black was the one layer, and then the blue was another layer, and then I used the white of the paper for the background. And you can see, how cool is that? Isn't that cool? So yeah, abstract, and kind of exploring abstract or semi-abstract in different mediums, I would say would be my major. And then of course doing the designs for the paint workshop videos. I love doing that, and I love helping you guys, you know, just have the confidence to create something. Yeah. So with that, I know there's quite a few other questions that I didn't answer. I don't want to, do too long of a video, but I will hold on to these questions and I will actually respond to them personally. I'll send an email personally with a response to them. There's just way too many. Like, this is just some of them. It's crazy. It would be forever in a video going through all of them, but I will respond to each of you personally with an answer to your question, and I will actually use the questions that I didn't answer today for perhaps another video later on. Couple things before we go. This week we have the Shells on the Shore painting we're going to be doing. I'm really excited to be doing this painting. This is actually going to be in the library of artisticallymused.com. Right now, actually, the overhead tutorial videos are on the website in the members only area, and they are there for the paid Muse members to start the painting early if they want to. That's one of the perks of being a Muse member. And then next week we have, the Barnyard Beauty. And I know it's a little hard to see the details of the painting when you're looking at the just the promotional picture, but you can see, I'll go a little closer there. We've got a cute little wagon wheel in there too. There we go. Sorry, we had a little pause there. That's weird. So there's a little wagon wheel in there. It's really cute. I can't wait to do that. And then the following week, we are going to be redoing. I've had so many people messaging me, asking me about it. So we're going to be doing the Vintage Lilac, which is really cool. Isn't that beautiful? And I know some of these look difficult, guys. I promise they're not. I walk you through these every step of the way. I promise when you are done your painting, you're going to be blown away of how happy you are with it. So those are some of the paintings coming up. The live videos that we do, they are completely free on Facebook. As always, I would appreciate any donations. It just helps me kind of keep the paint flowing, keep the lights on, to keep doing free fun events for you guys. The live video will be up on Facebook for the duration of the live broadcast, and then it will be up for an hour or two after, and then it will be taken down. So if you can't make the live event, the only time you'll be able to see that video is if you are a Muse member. I've had so many people messaging me saying, what are the perks of being a Muse member? If you head over to artisticallymused.com and you click on Muse membership, basically, it's a monthly price for a membership, and you have 24/7 access to all past, present, and future Artistically Mused paint workshop videos, mini workshops, mini tutorials, anything else going forward. You have 24/7 access to the entire library to go in and do any kind of creative activity when you want on your schedule, and you don't have to worry about making live events or trying to fit it into your schedule. You can actually go in, you can start a painting. If you've only got an hour, you can go in, you can pick a painting or pick a workshop and start working on it, and you can hit pause. And if you can't come back to that till 2 or 3 or 4 days later, then that's okay, because you can access all of it. I have so many Muse members that are so, excited to be able to have that benefit. A lot of people love doing paint workshops and paint party videos, but why pay for every event when you can pay one price for access to an entire library on your schedule, not somebody else's schedule? So that's one of the benefits of being an Artistically Mused member. Plus, you get one-on-one access to me. So if you have any questions, If you have any advice that you need, you can always message me and we can chit chat about, whatever it is that you need to help you integrate creativity. Let me think here. What else is coming up? The Muse membership doors are open right now. They're only going to be open for a short amount of time, because usually what I will do is I will close the doors to the membership when I'm going to be doing quite a bit of work on the website. So once the doors close, you might not have access to that membership for another month or 2 or 3 months. So one of the benefits of being a member is your price is locked in. So as long as you remain a member, you will always have that price. And as the website grows and as the content gets more and more, as the library gets bigger, the price is going to go up. So getting your membership now when it's the lower price is definitely going to be a great thing. One of the other benefits of being a Muse member, you can actually book with me a private Zoom party. So think of, when you have a Tupperware party or you have a Scentsy party. You invite a bunch of friends, they all come, they shop, and you get a shopping credit from whatever they spend. So kind of along the same lines, you can choose to do a online video private party with a bunch of your friends. So you can pick the painting, we can go through the library, or I can design a new one for you guys if it's something that needs to be custom. And you can do a video Zoom party, and you invite all your friends. They will pay the $15 a person for the Zoom party. You can all hang out and chit chat via video because we can all interact in that video. And as a paid Muse member, if you host a private party, you actually will get a commission on that party. So like a Tupperware party, if everybody spends so much money, you get a certain percentage to shop with. Same idea with the Zoom party. So if you have 20 people that come to this party and pay the $15 for the party, you will actually get a commission. I will give you guys part of the profits. So that's kind of cool. If anybody has any questions about that, just message me. I've actually done about 12 of them since I started it about a month and a half ago. So it's kind of crazy. Not only do you get to make a little bit money, you can actually pay for your Muse membership. So that's kind of cool. And I do private Zoom parties for kids parties, for birthday parties, for bachelorette parties, all that kind of stuff there. I can't really think too much about anything else. Maybe I'll answer one more question. Let's take a look here and find something. I'm trying to find something here. What's your favorite artwork? Okay, so my favorite artwork, let me think here. It's so hard to narrow down to just one. I would say my favorite artwork would have to be, there's so many. I'm trying not to go with my favorite artist because that's just a natural, right? My favorite artwork is, oh my God, you want me to pick one? Do I have to pick one? It's not often that you can render me speechless. That's kind of funny. Write that down, guys. Mama Muse is speechless. I'm just kind of looking around and looking at some of the books I have to see if I can kind of jog my memory a little bit. If I had to pick one, oh my goodness, guys, this is difficult. Why is this so difficult? Wow. You can tell I didn't prep for these questions, right? I promised I wasn't going to look, so I could do almost a a natural answer to the question. I didn't want to prep for these questions because I wanted it to be as natural as possible. I'm trying to think of the name of the painting. It's like escaping me right now, so I'm just going to... Okay, there we go. Okay, so I would say my favorite artwork would have to be Seurat, and it's called A Sunday on La Grande Jatte. And if you look up the Seurat painting, I'll actually type it in the comments so you can see it here. I'm just going to type it really quickly. Is it going to let me type? There we go. Okay, so Seurat, and then it is called Sunday. I'm typing it as we speak. Sunday afternoon, or a Sunday on La Grande. Whoops. I'm just typing it as we speak here. Because this is the painting, and I've seen a lot of paintings. You know, I've seen Rothko. I've seen, there we go. There we go. So I typed it in the comments there, just so you can see it. So I've seen a lot of artists. I've seen Picasso. I've seen Andy Warhol. I've seen, oh my goodness, so many. Rothko, George O'Keeffe. Like, I'm an avid art history person. But I've seen a lot of paintings in real life. And going back to my story about going to Chicago, they have a fairly extensive collection of Seurat paintings. And there's a painting called Sunday on La Grande Jatte. And it is a huge painting. Like, I can't even think of how big it is in real life. It's probably, I want to say, like 8 feet by 12 feet. Like it's huge. And it's all pointillism. So when you stand back from the painting, you see this beautiful picture of, you know, just people on the beach in France, with their umbrellas and their picnics and their kind of everything. And if you go closer up to the painting, you can see that that painting is actually made up of small dabs of paint, which is so cool. And this is the painting. I would say this is the painting that affected me most emotionally. Not necessarily my favorite painting, because a lot of my favorite paintings are Jackson Pollock. This is probably the painting that affected me the most. Walking around the corner and just being faced, like, up front with that huge, gorgeous painting. It just affected me emotionally. It was just, I can't even explain. You know, I got tears in my eyes, and oh my God. It was like, you know, it was like a teenage girl, you know, back in the day, you know, if she were to meet Justin Bieber. Like, it was just like, oh my God. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to react. And it was just this huge, profound effect on me. So I would say that would probably be my favorite painting. Like I said, if you get a chance to look at, just look up some art history. Take a little bit of time and look and find what you like. Look up Seurat, look up Jackson Pollock. Forward, we're going to be doing a little more informational stuff on different artists, so I can help you guys kind of explore and expose yourself to different artists, which I think is really, really important in culturing yourself, in finding what you like. Once you find what you like visually, it becomes a lot easier to start creating, whether it be, you know, mimicking the style, mimicking the colors. That's how you explore. That's how you discover. Like, you know, when we're growing up, we learn how to crawl, we learn how to walk, we learn how to talk by watching other people, by being led and shown how to do things. So the same thing is with art, to kind of unleash your creativity and understand, what creativity has to offer and the benefits that it can offer you. You learn that by exploring. You learn that by exposing yourself to different artists, playing with the mediums that different artists use, and in the process, again, going back to kind of the mission statement of Artistically Mused, it helps you discover a little bit about you. It helps you, it helps relieve stress. It helps relax. It helps you kind of find your center and find your place, and at the same time escape a little bit. I could go on and on forever about the benefits of creativity. And that is kind of why I have created Artistically Mused. We're not just a paint party company. We're not just there to say, hey, here's a painting, we want you to copy it and give us money. We are about helping you enjoy and reap the benefits of being creative every day. Whether it be taking 5 minutes, whether it be just dabbling. Creativity is a huge thing for mental health. I'm actually going to leave in the explanation of this video a really great TED Talk. I don't know if anybody out there likes TED Talks, but I'm a huge kind of self-help person as well. And if anybody has heard of Sir Ken Robinson, he is a huge advocate for creativity in education. And he has a video in regards to creativity in the education system and kind of what the benefits of it are. And I think it's a real eye-opener when it comes to looking at creativity rather than just being painting or drawing. Creativity is so much more, whether it be painting or drawing or collaging or, sewing or knitting or anything creative is a gateway to positive mental health. It's a gateway to finding yourself. And I'm going to leave that TED Talk. I'll leave the link for it. And I want you guys to watch it. And if you feel like it, please comment on the video and let me know how you liked it. I think it's a real eye-opener. We have spent so long educating people to the Industrial Revolution type things, not that maths and sciences aren't important. They are. They're so important. But the gradual phasing out of creativity from the school system, I think, has been very detrimental to mental health as a whole. I think that we need to really seriously look at the benefits of creativity. And, just because you're doing a paint party or a paint night, don't look at it as just a simple paint party or paint night. Look at it as exposing yourself to the benefits of being creative. It's a really great video. I'll leave it. If you get a chance, read his book as well. And it's really, really good. So anyway, yeah, we'll leave it at there for now. This has kind of just been a personal creativity talk. And I've gone on a little bit longer than I wanted to. But, I'm rambling away. I just wanted to let all of you guys know how much I appreciate you for watching, how much I appreciate your support. Make sure that you like Artistically Mused. Facebook is a huge stickler for interaction on a page. So liking a video is fabulous. Liking a post is amazing. But if you have a second, throw a little comment. Throw a little, a picture throw something in the comment section. Otherwise, Facebook, it reduces my exposure. It reduces the exposure of Artistically Mused. And, I have, over 1,450 followers now. And I would say on a daily basis, maybe 20% of my followers see my posts. Because if you're not, even if you've liked a page, if you don't like and interact with the posts, even just a comment saying, wow, or that's cool, or put a little picture or something, it lets Facebook know that you are interested in seeing posts from Artistically Mused. So comment on the posts, like the posts, share the posts, interact, and that helps me reach more people. It helps me introduce creativity to more people out there. And that is the whole reason I do what I do. I want to help as many people as possible enjoy the benefits of being creative, and especially with everything going on in the world today, healthy mental health is very important. And I am a true advocate of creativity and being creative and doing creative things, helping to achieve a positive state of mental health. So thank you very much for you guys watching me tonight. And I know quite a few people are watching the replay, so welcome. And anybody who I didn't get a chance to answer the questions from, I will actually send a personal email and kind of give you a little rundown of my answer for your question. As always, if you guys have any questions about anything, please do not hesitate to message the page, and I will get back to you as soon as humanly possible. Don't forget to head over to artisticallymused.com. Make sure you have subscribed to our newsletter, because you're going to find out about really cool events, all the cool things coming up, and consider becoming a paid member. You're going to have 24/7 access to all of our content. That is paint party videos, mini booster courses, basics tutorials on everything from types of paintbrushes, types of paint, mediums, color theory, perspective, drawing, painting, pastels, basically anything you've ever wanted to know about any medium. We are going to be working on getting the content done. So consider becoming a member. You will have 24/7 access to the Total Creativity Hub, and you'll have 24/7 access to a little bit of assistance in helping integrate creativity into your life. So for now, thank you very much for watching, guys. For anybody watching the replay, thank you very much for watching. Please make sure that you like, comment, and share our videos, and help us help you be a little bit more creative. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciated chit-chatting with you and spending some time with you guys tonight. And as always, stay creative. Lots of love from Mama Muse, and we will see you guys soon. Okay? Mwah. I love you all.